Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fire Radio. Mike Phillips filling in to talk to you. The reason I'm filling in today, Dr. Glidden, is because at conference for longevity in Anaheim. I wish I could be there, but the fact of the matter is we need some soldiers to stay on the front line and keep fighting while the general has some rest and relaxation time. And let me tell you what, Dr. Glidden deserves it because the guy works all the time. We've already got a call on the line from the UK, and I want you to just hang on right where you are because I want to get you on the air and talk to you about diabetes. But first of all, I want to talk about a plan that I devised, and I think that this is brilliant, okay? And it can be summed up in 3 words, okay? If you follow my plan, my 3-word plan, you're going to be really glad you did, okay? Are you ready? Here it is. Don't get old. Don't do it. Don't get old. Now, I'm not talking about chronologically because you're going to age every year. I'm talking biologically. Don't get old in your body. Keep your body young, fresh as a daisy, and new by using nutritional medicine. Okay, and a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, that's for quacks, that's the back of the bus, it doesn't work. Well, you know what? That hasn't been my experience. I live in a province that spends $1.4 million an hour on what we're told is the best health care in the world. When all around me people are breaking down, well, what did Richard Nixon say? Who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Now, here's the deal. When I say don't get old, what I'm talking about is avoiding the bedridden, the bed sores, the tubes, the Alzheimer's, the nursing homes. And let me qualify that statement just by saying my mother has worked in a nursing home for a long time, and she treats the people in there with love and respect. And that's a hard job because people break down so badly. I mean, you're changing diapers, you're lifting heavy people in and out of the tub. It's a special kind of an individual that can do that job. And my hat's off to the ones that do it well and treat people well. But there's a flip side to the coin. Back in the 90s, there was a 60-minute special on crooked nursing homes, and there's people out there that love to abuse power and lord it over other people. All right? So this is reason 9,776 as to why you should not get biologically old. I've got 2 clips. One's from the United States and one's from Canada, just to show you that this doesn't only exist here or there. It's the same thing in most of Western countries who have adopted allopathic, reductionist Western medicine. Let's go to that first one. Let's roll the clip.
The horrible torture of an elderly woman in a nursing home caught on tape.
One of the women who committed the abuse has been tried and convicted. Now, for the first time, we are allowed to see the secret tape. New tonight, News 9's Dana Hurtnicki watches it with the victim's family. Dana?
The video is hard to watch for anyone, but especially for the victim's 3 daughters. But they say this is proof of why everyone should put a camera in the room if they have a loved one in a nursing home.
The hidden camera video begins with nursing home aide Lucy Gukanka shoving latex gloves into the mouth of 96-year-old Aretha Mayberry.
Poor thing. Helpless. You know, it's just pathetic.
The tape goes on to show the 2 workers tapping Mayberry on the back of the head, taunting her, jerking her out of her wheelchair, then shoving her head apparently to get her to lay down.
It's just something that we could have never imagined would happen to her.
This is the first time the 3 sisters have seen the tape since they discovered the initial abuse.
I think it's very sad that anybody would have to go through this, especially our mother.
Mayberry had dementia and couldn't remember what happened to her. Her daughters originally put the camera in their mother's room at the Quail Creek nursing home because they suspected someone was stealing from her.
Lo and behold, this is what was on there.
They never imagined they would find this.
First time was horrible. Yeah. I couldn't sleep that night. I think we all couldn't.
This was a silent victim. And it had not been for this family putting this camera in their room, no one would have known about it.
Gukunka pled guilty to abuse and neglect by a caretaker and was sentenced to 2 years in jail. The other worker, Caroline Kishka, a Nigerian citizen, is on the run. Mayberry died 5 months ago, but advocates say this video gives her and other possible victims a voice.
And probably there are a lot of other people in nursing homes that are receiving this treatment.
Now, Wes Bledsoe, an advocate for those in nursing homes, estimates there are 24,000 to 62,000 cases of abuse in Oklahoma nursing homes every year. In the newsroom, Dana Hurtnicki, News 9.
All right, Dana. The family shared that video with us to spread the word about the importance of having a hidden camera. We've put that video in its entirety on our website at news9.com.
So there you have it. It's hard to listen to, right? I mean, how possibly could anybody treat somebody in a helpless position like that in that way? I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I was raised to respect the elderly. But on the flip side of that, don't be the person in the nursing home that's helpless and unaware of what's going on around you, and unaware to alert your family to abuse is taking place. You don't have to be in that position. You remember that movie 3:10 to Yuma? Had Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. Russell Crowe was the outlaw Ben Wade getting taken into justice by a bunch of farmers and these Pinkertons. And at one point in the movie, the head of the Pinkertons, his name is Byron, made a crack about Ben Wade's mother. Ben Wade promptly threw him off a cliff and said, "Careful, Byron. Even bad men love their mamas." So, this is happening all over. And why? How? What? Unreal, right? Okay, so we're going to listen to another clip. This is happening in Canada, too. We've been warned about it all along. Let's run that second clip.
I love you. It is a home where Helen McDonald's family hoped she would be treated with respect and dignity. But images of her days here are now at the center of a police investigation. The hidden camera installed out of concern for her care picked up horrifying moments. A worker taunting her with rags smeared with feces. Another wiping his nose on her clean sheets. Ontario's ombudsman now says the home appears to be a house of horror, and that what is shown in this video is so egregious it falls into the criminal domain. But he added that he is without powers to investigate such cases, soon to be the only ombudsman in Canada in that position. Lawyer Jean-Pierre Ménard has handled countless cases of abuse. 2 where video evidence backed up the claims. 1 where there was a hidden microphone. That case made headlines right across the country. The class action suit on behalf of hundreds of patients was finally settled last month after a 13-year battle. It's the largest settlement of its kind in Canadian history, $7 million to be shared by victims. And unique, too, because it features money to educate seniors and patients about their rights. Ménard says an abusive act is rarely an isolated incident.
In every situation, all the management and the employees should take the side of the patient.
He calls on patients and their families to denounce the early signs of improper behavior. Signs the Quebec government flagged in an ad earlier this year to educate seniors about abuse. In the past, several provinces have set up training, other programs, but this latest case a reminder to keep an eye on the most vulnerable. Lisa.
Okay, Genevieve Bushma in Montreal tonight.
Okay, so there you have it. Wow. Seniors are getting abused, and it's happening in these nursing homes, and I've honestly never seen it around here. Like I said, my family was, a lot of members of my family worked for a local nursing group in rest homes, and I could never imagine any one of them doing this. So here's what I get out of this. Don't be the person in the nursing home, number one. Number 2, don't be the crazy person working in the nursing home. Raise your children to respect elderly people and understand that they're going to be in the same position someday. What's our society going to come to when people just don't care? when they have no care whatsoever for somebody who's helpless. Well, guess what? You're going to be in the same position someday. Now, we just had Dr. Wallach here like a month ago, and he pulled up an article. The Chinese government is trying to find a way to stop people from killing doctors. Let me say that again. The Chinese government is trying to figure out how to stop people from killing doctors because they killed one of their loved ones with a botched surgery or a bad diagnosis or, for fun before a golf game. Don't be that person. Don't get biologically old. Dr. Wallach went around and studied the longest living cultures in the world. And we're talking about people that still got up and gathered and bundled sticks until they were like 110. You can do it. You just need the right education. You just need to know how to do it for yourself and for your children. And I guarantee, if we do this, if we take up the reins in the mission and become a soldier on the front line, there's no reason why anybody should ever have to deal with this kind of thing. I mean, just like Ben Wade said, even bad men love their mamas. And you nursing home workers, you better be nice to these people. Because what happens if you mess with the mama of the bad man? They're not going to take sorry but they're just not going to, no, apologies won't do it. Don't get old. 3 words. It's that simple. Now here in Camrose, we're trying to affect change in our neighborhood and our community, and we got a great group of individuals. I'm going to let you know how you can get a hold of us after this. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Glidden. We're going to get calls after this break. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. And I'm telling you what, I love doing this radio show. I love hosting a show on GCN. It's a great opportunity, and this is a network that I have listened to for probably about 10 years now. A long time ago, I heard Alex Jones talking on Coast to Coast AM. And I thought, who is this guy? Well, down the rabbit hole I went. Now, I promised we were going to take some calls, but before that, I just want to let everybody know. Team Glidden Camrose is going to be meeting at Fiona's Coffee Shop on 50th Street. So if you are in Alberta, Canada, in the area of Camrose, come to Fiona's Coffee Shop at 7 o'clock. We're going to watch a webinar with Dr. Peter Glidden. We're going to have some gluten-free snacks, drink coffee, tea, whatever you want. And we're going to answer your questions. And if we can't, I've got Dr. Wallach and Dr. Glidden on speed dial. I'll get a hold of somebody. I will find out for you. Dave has got a big friend. William in North Carolina has some questions. But first, we're going to go across the pond to the UK and talk to Lord, I believe it is. Are you there?
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. And you?
I'm doing all right. What's up today?
Nothing bad, but I've been on the product for 11 months, and my blood pressure and my blood sugar is not coming down. I'm doing everything right, taking this product religiously, but nothing is happening. What's wrong?
Is this Godfrey?
It's Lord.
Lord, okay, I'm sorry. You sound like another regular caller. Here's the deal. I don't know what you can come back from, and neither does Dr. Glidden, okay? We know what the science has proved through what Dr. Wallach proved in his studies, and we don't know how long it takes because you are different from everybody else, all right? Now, as far as your blood pressure being high, that's a matter of opinion, really. I mean, how high are we talking here? Because standards in Canada are different than standards in the United States, which are different from standards in Australia. And what is considered to be high blood pressure a lot of times is skewered numbers in order to put people on blood-thinning drugs. So, I would be suspect of the numbers right there, depending on what they are. But my best advice to you, Lord, is to keep doing what you're doing. And if you want to do some kind of, see if you can get some different information, I don't know what Dr. Glidden told you. So I want you to call back when he's on the show and ask him if there's anything you could change, Lord.
Okay.
My best advice to you is keep going because we don't know where you can come back from. All right, we're going to let you go, and we're going to go over to Dave. Dave, are you there, and can you hear me?
Hey, Mike, good to talk to you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. You called me before, didn't you, Dave?
I certainly have, yes.
Right on. Good to hear you, my friend. How are things going?
Very well, actually, quite excellent. But I do have a new friend here, Bill. He's an over-the-road trucker, and he's got some budget constraints. He's on pound burst right now, and somebody told him he cannot take EFAs because he is on blood thinners. I'm going to turn him over to you and let him talk. Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on the pollen burst, and I just started taking the Z-Radical this month, but I wanted to get one of the healthy start packs, and I don't know which one.
Okay, so you're on blood thinners.
Yeah,
on blood thinners and blood pressure, potassium, and water pill.
Okay, so what I would like you to do, if you've got budgetary constraints, that's one thing. Ideally, if you could take one healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds body weight, that's the way that we would go. Ultimately, though, it's what you can afford, right?
That's
so if you can get a healthy healthy brain and heart pack per 100 pounds body weight, if you can't, cut it in half. Okay, but keep doing what you're doing. It's only been a month. Have you noticed any difference with the pollen burst with your energy?
Yeah, I'm only taking one a day, but I can feel the energy after I take it. And then, like in the afternoon, it's like I'm back to sluggish.
Yeah. So this is all based on how much nutrients a person needs per 100 pounds body weight, right, for 100 pounds of human flesh. So things will work, but you're going to have to give it a little more time if you're doing a less dose. I'm going to keep you around and talk to you after this break. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Back with Bill after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD Now Radio. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. Now, before the break, we were talking to Dave's friend Bill, and he's been taking a Polyburst. He's been doing what Dave told him. And now let's go back to this here. Like I said before, healthy brain and heart pack, as you can afford it. You're already taking the Z-Radical. Now, as far as the EFAs counteracting with the blood thinners, I am prone to say zip, no, nada. I wouldn't worry about that at all, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to monitor your blood pressure. If you want to get off of these blood pressure drugs, okay, you're going to have to monitor it, and you're going to have to keep in touch with your pharmacist and let them know what your numbers are. And as they start to go down, you're going to have to let them know that you want to get off those drugs. All right? And how to do it, how to wean yourself off. Also, if you can get a bottle of Ultimate Daily. All right? Ultimate Daily. They're horse pills, but if you can get them down, that'll do you a world of good. Now, has your buddy Dave told you about the 10 bad food list?
Yes.
Good. Are you following it?
I'm getting ready to start.
Okay. The sooner you do that, the better.
Yeah, he's an over-the-road trucker, so it's kind of hard,
Yeah, it is. I know
he's
exactly.
He's got to just eat meat and vegetables.
Well, and then you know what? I used to work in the oil patch. I was a drilling rig hand. I was a service rig hand. I worked on pump jack repair, water trucks, vac trucks, and I know exactly what it's like because we used to go out. We'd go out at like 2 a.m. and end up spending 32 hours in a well, and the nearest place to us to get our food was a 7-Eleven. Right? So how do you go gluten-free? How do you right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And at that time, I wasn't following it. But I will tell you this about convenience store food. it's like it's all made of the same thing. It's like they put this sludge in a vat, and that's a bear claw. That's a sandwich. You know what I mean? It all tastes the same after a while, and it's really not good for you. So if you could get in the habit, of boiling some eggs and bringing them with you, chicken, whatever, nothing fried. But there are ways to do it, and if you're serious about getting your health back, you'll find a way. And it's that simple. It's the same thing with me. It's the same thing. And I work with a lot of truckers. I know truckers and owners of trucking companies all over the province of Alberta. And in my experience, they're really good people. And honestly, Bill, I want to see you get over this. And you got to listen to your buddy Dave there, because Dave knows what he's talking about. Has he showed you any of the webinars?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, we're working on it.
Yeah, right on. Well, you're doing awesome, Dave. Dave in Michigan, my good friend who I've never met or seen. God willing, someday I'll run into Dave and we'll sit down and have a gluten-free beer as soon as they can come up with a way to make one that doesn't taste like it was brewed in a dead pig's butt. I personally have not encountered that. But, Dave, thanks for calling in. You're a credit to the nation. All right, we're going to let Dave go, and we're going to go over to William in North Carolina. William, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
How you doing, William?
I'm here. Thank God.
Well, me too. Thank God I'm here. What's up, buddy?
I got some questions for myself, and then a friend's question about her, and then she's got a friend's got a question. But about me, I got the selenium, the killer biotic, the thing is to do with the sugar. I think it's a body kit thing I got.
Healthy body blood sugar pack?
Yeah. It's got the sweet ease and the tangy stuff, almost like a powder kind of mix. Mm-hmm. And I also got the OsteoFlex. I think that was part of it.
Did you get the 2.0 pack? Like, is the OsteoFX a powder or a liquid?
It's a liquid type. You got to keep it refrigerated.
All right, go on.
Okay. And killer biotic, selenium, the healthy blood pack. I think it was one more thing I had got. Root beer belly.
Okay, when did you get this?
I got part of it like last month, and then, I had to save some money up, and, and I got last of it, and I started taking it a couple of days ago. And before that, but my foot swelled up so big I couldn't get my shoe on, and my legs swelled up. And like 2 years ago, I got ate up by some sand fleas doing some carpet work with my cousin on the beach. And, went to the doctor, he gave me antibiotics. I didn't take all the antibiotics. It came back, worse, and then I had to get more antibiotics to make it go away. But every so often, my leg would get all swollen up, and if you try to rub it, it'll just burn and it'll be red and splotchy and hot. But like I said, my foot, my ankle would be like swollen where you can't get my shoe on. Wow. And I thought I was, retaining water. I got water pills before, and that, made it go down. And of course, you go to the bathroom like crazy or whatnot. But I was wondering, is that just because of me being overweight, and will the killer biotic go in and cleanse my body of all the parasites and germs or whatever from what the fleas put in me or whatever when they bit me? Or
well, the killer biotic is going to boost your immune system, okay? To give your body the strength to fight off whatever it needs to. Now, it's kind of tough because I've only got a couple of minutes to talk to you on the phone, but you've only been on the product for a few days. So what I want you to do, how did you, who told you what to take? Did you hear it from Dr. Glidden or your friend?
Well, I got a friend in Carolyn, and she put in the talk thing, and he told her for me to take the selenium. I think it's 2 selenium pills per 100 pounds, and I'm around close to 300 pounds. I want to lose the weight and clear the arteries and get my testosterone, all that stuff back up to where it's supposed to be. And, told him, I had the foot, what do you call it, the bloody, itchy between the toes. And he told me I had too much sugar in my blood. That's why I needed the healthy blood body pack. That's why I got that. And then, of course, to get the killer biotic and the root beer belly, I guess, to help get rid of the belly, you know.
Well, yeah, the root beer belly is it's going to help with your digestion, okay? Here's the deal. You're not overweight because you got a bad gene. You're not overweight because it's your fault. You just never had the right information. And a person eats too many calories because their body is starved of nutrition. Now, you've only been doing this a few days, right? Have you felt any difference in your mood, energy level, or sleep, or anything like that already?
Yeah, I felt a difference. And one thing, too, that I wanted to ask you, too, is like when I go to urinate, it's almost like a neon marker, the neon yellow, green.
Yeah. That's funny because I tell people that when I get them on this stuff, and what that is the B vitamins, and there's so many of them that sometimes it's hard to process them up front. But what'll happen eventually is your urine color will go to like a mellow kind of a wheat gold, and that's all part of the process. So the fact that your urine is kind of a neon green, that means that it's working. So you want it coming out that end. You don't want it, if you're getting any diarrhea or anything like that, you want to slow down the consumption. But the fact that your urine is changing colors like that means that you're absorbing it, my friend. So you're on the path to victory.
Cool beans. Cool.
It is too. This is the coolest beans I've ever seen.
Yeah.
All right, so you said you had a friend you wanted to talk about as well.
Yeah, for instance, she had a stroke. She's diabetic, and she had this friend, I guess, from Pakistan or somewhere she had stayed with, had some rough times. She put his shoes on, wear shoes, but she didn't have any shoes, and she caught some kind of bacteria or something, and plus her being diabetic, she lost like half a foot, but it ended up giving her a blood disease, some type of blood disease. And I was wondering if there's anything she could do or take to get to knock that out, because she's got the tubes in her arms for them to put antibiotics in her, and I mean,
Yeah, that's just awful. I would, you know what? I would tell her the same thing as you. I mean, she's already lost a foot. She's got a blood disorder. Same thing. Healthy blood sugar pack per 100 pounds body weight. And I would suggest the extra bottle of plant-derived minerals. Okay? Just to get the cells able to absorb that sugar and use it. And I'm really sorry to hear that she had to go through all this before you guys found out about this. But you know what? It's never too late. And even if she can get healthy at this point on, even after losing a foot, then that's a good thing. And what I want you to do, William, is keep in touch with the show. I'm not a naturopathic doctor. I'm a longevity distributor, but I have helped countless people get their health back, and we don't cure anything. We don't treat anything. What we do is just give you the right information, and you help yourself. And it sounds like you're already doing that, William, and I appreciate you. Now, I want to touch on something else here. You said she was living with this guy and using his shoes because she didn't have any. Longevity will actually pay you guys to help other people get their health back. So what I want you to do is find out about the business. Go to the website and watch some of the training videos that they have there. Order up the Longevity credit card that comes through ProPay and MasterCard, and start helping other people around you. And slowly over time, might even happen fast for you, I don't know. But if you can get other people and restore the health of your community and your countrymen, then Longevity is set up to help people exactly like you and me.
Okay.
And so, a little extra scratch wouldn't hurt. Hey, even if you can get your supplements for free.
Yeah. Every little bit helps.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So, listen, William, I appreciate you calling in, and I hope the best for you. Keep in touch with the show, and let your friend know what I said. You can download the MP3 later on so she can listen to it if she's not there right now. But I wish you all the best, man. We're going to let you go. And with that, we're going to go over to James in Virginia. James has been having troubles with his eyes and calling the show, but he's got his friend Mr. Tucker helping him out. James, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Right on, sir. What's going on? Let me know how things are going right now.
Things is bad. I mean, my house is white. I can't. It looks like it's covered with white all over, and I can't see in these rooms.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, you've been talking about this for a while, and your good friend Mr. Tucker hooked you up with these products, right?
Yeah.
Last time we talked, I said that I'd like to see you taking more of the Ultimate Selenium, right?
Yeah.
And the Vision FX. Have you gotten those things?
Yeah, he ordered them last week, and I got them last week.
You got them last week, so you've been on them a week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
James, are you following the 10 bad food list?
Yeah. It's rough on me on that.
I know it is, but listen, if we want to get your health back, that's one thing standing in your way. We're going to let you go, James, and keep in touch with the show. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after this. There's one quality I admire in a person, it's persistence. And before the break, we were talking to James, and before that, we were talking to William, and William had a question that didn't make it on air, and I let him go, so William called back, so persistence pays off. William, what else did you want to talk about?
I appreciate you talking to me again. The friend also had a friend that I take it got into a bad relationship and ended up catching what some people call the ultimate package. Ended up catching HIV virus AIDS. And I was wondering, is there anything that she could take or, get to take to help her body kill off that disease?
Okay, I'm gonna speak a little bit about this, okay? And then I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, in my opinion, AIDS is a total scam. Okay? Really. I have a friend who's a naturopath, Mike in Ottawa. Mm-hmm. And he explained to me in the best way he knew how. Like, he studied this subject quite extensively. And that virus was never, ever isolated. It's never been identified. And there's no test that actually finds it. They look for a certain count in your blood. And not only that, but there's a growing number of doctors and scientists around the world who are saying that HIV is a total scam. And let me ask you this. How come Magic Johnson is still alive since he got diagnosed in, what was it, like 92?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's a big daggone question. It's a big red flag for me right there, yeah.
Exactly. You know what? There was a South Park episode where the boys went to find out how come he didn't die. And they figured it out that he had big bundles of money and he was putting it in a blender and drinking it.
Yeah.
So, listen, what your friend wants to do is support and promote the healthy structure and function of her immune system. Okay? So what she's going to want to do is she's going to want to brim herself up with fucoidan. Okay? And where she's going to get the fucoidan is there's a product called Fucoid Z, and there's another product called Z Radical. Okay? And she's going to want to take as much Z Radical as she can afford, or about 3 or 4 Fucoid Z a day, along with a healthy start pack. Not only that, but your immune system is made of cholesterol surrounding your small intestine. So tell her to get off the gluten, get off the 10 bad foods, get on a healthy start pack, and take Z Radical to support and promote the healthy structure and function of her immune system. Now, what I told you about HIV there, that's my opinion. But what you can do, go on YouTube and just punch in HIV scam, and there's whole documentaries on it. And like I said, there's a growing number of scientists and doctors around the world who are saying, wait a minute, this is a load of crap. And a lot of times the treatment that they give you is worse than the disease itself, but then they'll just blame that on the disease, right?
Yeah, they do that already for everything.
They do. Yeah, they're a funny bunch, huh?
yeah. I kind of look at the system or the government as a bunch of kids in kindergarten fighting over a bunch of wooden blocks with ABCs and 1, 2, 3s on them. You know what?
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah,
But then what happens is your friend, she goes and gets diagnosed, and she's scared, right?
Yeah, all the pieces.
She's really scared because that diagnosis is basically a death sentence, and everybody knows it. But what she needs to do is absolutely strengthen her body. And, it's 2014 now. In 2024, she could be just like Magic Johnson, still alive and well.
Yeah. If
Sound good to you?
The body has the power to kill anything anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You grew from a single-celled organism into what you are today. So just work with that. Give it the raw materials. Get out of the way. And let your friend know that I have every belief in the world that she can get through this. God bless you, William. I hear the music. That means it's the end of this segment. We'll be back after a hard break with more awesomeness. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden back after this.